The following is a feature presentation of our nation's sports show. Week 3 in the NFL is in the books. Tonight, on a Nation Sports Show, we break down all of the action from this past weekend, including the epic Monday Night Football showdown between the Baltimore Ravens and the Detroit Lions. Tonight, we also bring to you our Week 4 prediction battles, plus the latest breaking news in the NFL, and so much more. It's showtime.
Good up to the court, talking all that is sport, breaking down the latest news, scores, and more. Welcome to our Nation Sports Show.
All right, here we are. Let's go, everybody. It is once again a beautiful, actually, it is a Wednesday today, which is different for us, but you all know what that means. It's once again our Nation Sports Show, and we thank you guys for going along with us here. Some scheduling conflicts yesterday got in the way, personal issues, internet issues, things and all that. So we unfortunately had to schedule ourselves on a different day, which of course is today. We thank you guys for joining us. I am Ezra Vickery, of course. We got a loaded show for you tonight. Week 3 is in the books, and what a week it was. We're going to talk about that. We're going to predict Week 4. We got our boy Hijacker's picks in from him earlier today. He will not be on the show tonight. We're hopefully expecting to see Kevin Rory as well. We'll hopefully hear from him tonight during the pick segment, which will be in the second half of the show, unless, other people got to leave by then. We'll see. But as far as that goes, it's we got other news, Major League news, Major League Baseball news, and whatever else we're going to get into in these next hour and a half, 2 hours. So let's go on with the different ways you can interact with us, and that is, of course, at Owen_Sports Show on the X machine, and then Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, or everywhere else is all at our Nation Sports Show. Follow us there on the YouTube Live, subscribe and share. Leave your comments. We love to hear from you guys. We love to hear your picks. We love to hear you guys' comments on everything going on there. Injuries, news, rumors, whatever you guys want to get into. We'll gladly read them, and we'll get them out on the air for you. Also, don't forget to follow the Nation's Corner. The Nation's Corner on Instagram and everywhere else is our Nation Sports Show. Or not Nation Sports Show, sorry, Nation's Corner. And you know what? They're all things pro wrestling. They're our sister shows. So please tune in to Front Row and Tony Justice, Deb House, and John in South Jersey. By the way, as I always say, Deb and John, the greatest tag team in the history of the Nation's Corner. 2 breasts, 1 leg. So definitely check them out. They're going to preview all things pro wrestling. They're going to talk about this crazy weekend, WrestlePalooza, All Out Toronto, the results of that on Raw, NXT last night with the TNA invasion. Leading up to everything, including SmackDown this Friday, which is bound to be another explosive episode. TNA tomorrow. And, of course, AEW Dynamite and Collision on Saturday and Wednesday, respectively. They got a lot to cover, so join them. And then, of course, Too Sweet Cosplay, my cosplay group out of Chicago. Hit us up at Too Sweet Cosplay across all socials, and we are taking a little bit of a hiatus, as I said before. No cons right now, getting close to the, cooler months, holiday season 2 in just a month and a half. So we're going to be busy just hanging out, but we'll try to hit up Days of the Dead. We'll try to hit up other cons as well, just as fans. And if you want to follow us there and interact with us at Too Sweet Cosplay everywhere. All right, enough of the spiel, enough of that stuff. Let's get right into it. And we got with us today a man of the hour who's too sweet to be sour for sure. A man who is handling his Braves loss, better than Seth Rollins handles a loss to AJ Lee and CM Punk. Ladies and gentlemen, Joey JT Thornton.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having an amazing Wednesday. Man, it feels weird to say amazing Wednesday for once, but I'm going to be off camera for just a little bit, but I will still be able to, of course, interact. I am going to have to do a little bit of babysitting back here, and of course, since I'm in the system, I cannot be on camera. So, I don't know if I'll get to be on camera tonight, but of course, like I said, I'll still be able to interact, talk sports with the guys here. And like as I said, we got a lot of stuff to cover: NFL, MLB, NBA, whatever the heck we want to talk about. So let's get on with it.
Let me tell you, Joey, right now, you never look better.
Screw you for that comment.
Yes, there we go. First insult of the night. And guys, coming up, there will be plenty. And that is my heavy metal brother
I'm sure.
from the great state of North Kakalaki. A man who has been all across that state these past couple weeks, seeing some great.
Remember, he cannot be on camera.
Great
I got my
Mojo
camera off.
Thunder this past week. Of course, a great band who's really, really on the rise and making some great music. Check them out, Mojo Thunder, on their social media. Man who is, always traveling. He is definitely, as George Strait would say, a troubadour. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Big Stevie Wyand. What's up, buddy?
I appreciate this reference, and also Joey handles his losses for his Braves better than Cowboys fans losing with their football team. But that's a different story for a different day.
So true.
It begins.
Yes. Well, trust me, we're gonna get to that debacle. But yeah, what a great time over the weekend in Hilton Head, South Carolina, checking out my boys Mojo Thunder from the great state of Kentucky, and coming down from Lexington, and really fun shows over the weekend. And also, I went to the Dream Theater show last week in Charlotte. That was a great show, 2.5 hours, just progressive metal greatness. I mean, just what a great couple of shows in the last week or so. And happy to be here today on a Wednesday edition, yes, of the sports show with you guys. And so happy to be here. And we are here to have all sorts of fun. And a lot to cover here in the NFL with week 3 in the books and week 4 on the rise, starting tomorrow with Thursday Night Football, as always. And we're going to get to all of that and then some. So let's do this, fellas.
Yes, definitely. And real quick, I know we try to keep the wrestling talk to a minimum on the show. Obviously, we got a lot to get into in the world of sports, especially with the NFL. There is a lot of stuff, injury updates, new injuries, obviously some other things going on, but definitely want to send out 2 congratulations that we had from this past week. I want to send out a congratulations to Hardcore Country herself, Mickie James, and to one of the pillars of the Knockouts division as a duo, Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, the Beautiful People. It was announced over the past couple days, including today, that both women will be a part of a first ever all-women's TNA Hall of Fame class. They will be as part of the TNA Hall of Fame 2025. It will officially be all women, and all 3 ladies will be present at Bound for Glory to accept their honors. So we want to congratulate Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, and of course the multiple-time Knockouts champ and future WWE Hall of Famer herself, Mickie James, on an incredible honor that they'll be accepting in just a few weeks at Bound for Glory.
Very, very cool. And the emotion that she had when it was being presented, live on Sam's show the other day. Very cool that it was in the moment. Nobody knew firsthand what was going on. No dirt sheets were able to get a hold of it. It was reported as it was happening live on SiriusXM Pro Wrestling Nation. And to hear Mickey's real raw emotions
crying, tears of joy, and all of the sacrifices she has made in her career in pro wrestling, being one of those pillars that were ahead of her time. And when it comes to women's wrestling in the modern era, and just congratulations to Mickey on a hell of a career, and she definitely deserves this.
I agree. Definitely, Mickey's one of the, like I said, a future WWE Hall of Famer herself. This is not the only Hall of Fame she's going to be going in. And we'll see that hopefully in the very near future. And then, of course, like I said, the beautiful people, those two, when they came in at Bound for Glory, I believe it was 05 or 06, they came in with a different look, different aesthetic. They were beautiful, gorgeous women who always dolled themselves up, made them look as stunning as possible. But man, they could kick your ass. And they didn't mind embarrassing you, leaving a bag over your head with the L across it. They didn't mind spray painting stuff or on your back. They didn't give it down. They were, and of course, it's just them two being inducted. But you also can't forget Madison Rain. You can't forget Lacey Von Erich, who are also a part of that group as well. It was one of those standard groups of TNA that dominated. They had feuds with Tara. They had feuds with, Gail Kim and many others throughout those early years of TNA. Awesome Kong, Raisha Saeed. So, and those women are definitely up there. I mean, Angelina's still wrestling for NWA with her significant other, Psycho Boy Fodder, and of course Velvet, continuing to work on the independents, doing the con circuit. She was, of course, with NWA for a good while as a three-person team with Tim Storm and Joe Galley in the NWA during this Lightning One era. So, both women paving ways for others, especially. They were there before there was ever a women's revolution, before women's evolution. They were the standard bearers for the Knockouts division, alongside, like I said, Gail Kim, Awesome Kong, and everybody else. So definitely want to send a big congratulations to those two ladies. Long overdue, well deserved. I saw their reaction today. They were told, once again, I'm busted open by Tommy Dreamer. And,
very, very cool.
And of course, Carlos Silva, the president of TNA. And both of their reactions were great, especially Velvet's. Velvet, you could tell it meant everything to her. She broke down immediately, was almost sobbing. And it's been long overdue because those women could have been easily passed up because they were your typical what the women looked like back then. But they could also kick your ass and not think twice. So congratulations to them. Congratulations to Mickey. That's your TNA Hall of Fame class so far. Who knows who else is going to get in? Keep an eye on their social medias for more information. All right, boys. NFL news. I guess we'll get into one of the biggest stories, and that is coming out of the Commanders' locker room, and that is the injury to Scary Terry McLaurin. Originally, it was listed as a quad injury that was putting him out for this week. However, there are reports going around that he is expected to visit a core surgeon, very similar to what Jalen Johnson is doing, because of fear of a possible sports hernia. And if that's the case, that could put him out for a pretty good while. And with the Commanders right now, they need everybody they can get. Losing Austin Eckler, other players that are out of injury, and of course, Jaden Daniels, who's still not ready to come back yet. He was, I believe, a full participant in practice today, but I think they're going to hold him off again until he is 100% ready to go.
Well, actually, Ezra, a quick update on Jaden because I did some further research on him, and he said that as of today, whenever he was out there practicing, he did not feel any discomfort, but he's unsure as of right now if the doctor or the team doctors will clear him for Sunday. So,
and he did say that if I'm good to go, but that's not up to me. That's up to the doctor. Yeah, that's basically what he was saying.
That, of course, is going to depend on how he feels tomorrow and Friday.
Yeah, and also too. Also, I think really in reality, with the way Marcus Mariota played, I think they should hold Jaden out for at least one more week, just to be on the safe side, because you don't want him going in like what some other players have and re-aggravated or even made the injuries even worse. I mean, look what happened with Jalen Johnson. They pulled him early, had that groin injury that turned into a core muscle surgery. Now, instead of being out, obviously, for the rest of the year, he's only going to be out till the second half of the season, but still, he went from just sitting out to now being under the knife. And you don't want that to happen to Jaden either, because you don't want to lose your star quarterback for the remainder of the season. And I think personally, just my opinion, and I never play sports. I'm not a doctor. This is all coming from the fan. In my opinion, I think they should hold him out. Let Marcus play this game, unless it's a critical game. Who are they playing this week, Joey? Do you know?
We are going to Atlanta to take on the Falcons, who just got shut out by Steven's favorite team.
Okay, well then, yeah, Marcus Mariota should play this week then. Marcus Mariota will have a career game.
Anybody has a great game against the Carolina Panthers and them trash cans.
Touche. All right, and yeah, that's one of the concerns that I had, because that was something that came up earlier today. Was the not only Jaden but also Scary Terry. Let's see. Let's talk about the big story, and that is that Russell Wilson has been benched. Not only for one game, he is benched for the remainder of the season. And Jackson Dart will now be the starting quarterback for the New York Football Giants.
See, this is why the Pittsburgh Steelers shipped him off to the Giants, so they could have to deal with his problems. And see, Russell Wilson, for 4 quarters against that god-awful Cowboys defense, looked like the old Russell Wilson of old. But then he had that hideous interception in overtime. And then this past Sunday against the Chiefs, a team whose defense cannot stop anybody, this dude was throwing up ducks and just missing passes and getting intercepted and fumbling the ball. When this game was outright to be taken, he was giving the game away.
It was one of the most boring games of the week. Like,
wasn't
it
dude,
like
for about 3 quarters? It was on that Colts and Broncos territory. It was that bad. That first half was bad.
At halftime, wasn't it like 15-9 or 15-6?
6-3.
6-3, which was some crazy ass score you would either do in Madden.
Or no, wait a minute. I'm sorry. It was 9-6.
9-6. It's either some crazy score you would do in Madden, or it's stuff a hijacker would write with a bunch of safeties.
9-6 was the halftime score. And there were several times where KC was begging the Giants to be good, because they were giving them the ball back, and Russell Wilson just kept screwing with the ball and just turning it over. I mean, like, come on, man. Like Russell Wilson does not look the same ever since his days in Seattle. He goes to Denver, first year, dog shit. Second year, he was pretty good. Then, oh, by the way, first year you were so bad we're going to still bench you for the rest of the year. Then at Pittsburgh, again, started out pretty good, and then he sucked the rest of the way. Then with the Giants, crap.
I know, Joey, you're busy, but do you have any thoughts on this whole situation? Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Yeah, sorry, I had food in my mouth, but yeah, Russell Wilson.
I'm glad it's the only thing you have in your mouth.
I mean, you just can't figure him out anymore. And Ezra, I did hear that comment. I'm just choosing to ignore it. Anyway, yeah, it's just hard to figure out Russell Wilson right now, because Russell Wilson has just been one of those players that does not deliver consistently anymore. I mean, when he was in Seattle, he was consistent week in and week out. But ever since his other stops in Denver, Pittsburgh, and now the Giants, he just does not deliver consistent performances anymore. Russell Wilson is just hard to figure out. I mean, you never know when he's going to have a good game. You never know when he's going to play like crap. I mean, just like you said, Steven, in week 2 against the Cowboys, awful secondary, he looked like Tom Brady. But in week 3 against the Chiefs, he looked like Cam Newton.
He
I
looked
mean,
like Michael Penix.
yes, he looked like Michael Penix.
Hell, he looked like Jake Browning.
Oh God, don't even get me started about that.
Don't mention anything about the Green Bay game because I want to get into that and just absolutely rip Green Bay apart. So let's wait for that when we go over the games for the week.
Oh no. Here's a better comparison. Russell Wilson's play on Sunday night looked just like the, let's see, I think it was a one, two, three, four kickers who got their kicks blocked on Sunday.
No, there was actually 5.
Five. Well, hey, I was only off by one.
As Big E would say, I got to 5.
But
Look,
yeah, Wilson is just hard to figure out because you never know when he's going to be consistent anymore.
yeah, who knows, man? With Russ, it's been up and down ever since he left Seattle. He's almost been regressing as a quarterback. But also, too, the Giants have no offensive line, so anytime Russ gets in there, he has to scramble and panic.
I don't give a damn if you got Russell Wilson there or you got the rookie and Dart there. I don't care who you got back there.
the only
If you ain't got an offensive line, you ain't got crap.
Dude, the only thing they have going for them is their fucking new rookie guy, Cam Scattaboo. He's the only thing that they got going.
Yeah, for real. And honestly, if you ask me, and I'm not sure if any of you guys or possibly even Kevin or Hijacker will back me up on this, but I feel like Russell's degression, and yes, I said degression, but I feel like his digression started back when he got his pass picked off in the Super Bowl against the Patriots at the 1 yard line.
That was the slow decline.
Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's a physical thing, maybe it's a mental thing. We don't know. We're not on the field. We don't know Russ in person. So,
But watch this happen, guys. If he gets cut by the Giants, and he probably will, if Geno Smith continues to shit the bed on a week-to-week basis, you are going to see Pete Carroll going, "Hey, Russell, can you come to Las Vegas so you can save this shitty team?"
Las Vegas is a shitty team, that is for sure. But also in other news, since we got a lot to get into, trust me, there is a lot. What's his name? Commanders Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt didn't practice today. Was a little sore after the game Monday, but has felt better since then. The hope is that practice rest is just precautionary. The Tampa Bay Bucks are getting some of their firepower back. Wide receiver Chris Godwin was a full participant today at practice.
And meanwhile, Mike Evans has been bitten by the injury bug again. He could be out for a little bit.
Yeah, I believe it was a hamstring or a quad injury?
Something like
It's
that.
confirmed. Yeah. He's confirmed he's out 3 to 4 weeks.
Oof.
Yeah. And if you're Tampa, you've already survived 3 weeks in a row. You know, I mean, and you're getting Godwin back. I mean, that's one of your key weapons. But man, you got to have Mike Evans there because Baker Mayfield can't do it all by himself. But having Godwin there, that's a good security blanket.
Yeah, speaking of teams losing star wide receivers, I mean, I admit, I know we talk a lot of crap about the Cowboys, but you gotta feel whenever somebody has a serious injury. And in this case,
that's the thing is, Joey, we'll preface this on the show. We joke about the teams, we joke about the players, the coaches, but we will never joke about injuries.
No,
never.
Family, anything like that. That's so serious matters. We want them to come back. We want them to play. We want them to play good. The joking is the hope that we see something different the next week. We joke about the Cowboys. We hope Dak comes back the next week, puts up 4 touchdowns, 350 yards, and has one of his best games ever. We hope that the defense steps up and puts 4 or 5 sacks on the quarterback. We hope that, whoever CeeDee Lamb, like you're going to mention here in a second, has, 160 yards passing and 2 touchdowns and on only a couple of targets. We hope that these guys do well. We hope that these guys play well, even if they're not our favorite team. Like, we never wish harm on anybody, and we don't celebrate harm. We will never do that on this show, ever.
But yeah, in this case, CD Lamb's gonna miss some time due to his high ankle sprain that he suffered in the
Yeah.
game against Chicago on Sunday.
Yeah, and that's definitely a
A
big
freak
blow.
injury. It's the nature of the beast. I mean, and CD Lamb's one of the best receivers in this game. I mean, for years he's been putting up consistent numbers, and that's why he got paid the big bucks, by Jerry Jones, and Dak is going to be struggling for the next couple of weeks, because I mean he's only got really George Pickens and Ferguson. Those are his only two reliable targets in the passing game. I mean, the Cowboys, if they're not always struggling already with their defense, their offense is going to be struggling even more because CeeDee Lamb is a huge vital part in their offense's success. And it just sucks, as a football fan. Like, you don't want to see, these guys go down with these gruesome injuries but that is the game that these guys sign up for. I mean, it's a physical, violent game.
You're right. And speaking of violent injuries, and I'm going to get into some more stuff here in a minute, but I do want to bring up the awful injury to James Conner, the running back for the Arizona Cardinals. It was a significant, gruesome ankle injury. I did not see any more details if it was a fracture, if it was a complete dislocation with some tendon and ligament damage. All we know is that it is considered severe and he is done for the rest of the year. And he was carted off the field on the cart. So we definitely wish James Conner the best. And hopefully he can get back soon for the Arizona Cardinals, because he is definitely going to be one of the key cogs that's going to be sorely missed by Kyler Murray and company. So just wanted to bring that up real quick since we brought up about the injury bug. Also, too, some other news here. I believe I have. I'm looking at some different stuff here.
Yeah, not to mention, Kevin did provide some clarity regarding the injury to star defensive end for the 49ers, Nick Bosa. It is now confirmed it is a torn ACL and he will miss the rest of the season.
But luckily for him, it is a clean tear, so the surgery will be pretty simple.
Yeah.
That's the one thing, is you want to tear in your knee, and no, nobody wants it. You want a clean tear, because a clean tear is a lot easier for the doctors and the surgeons to be able to put back together. If it's a jagged, very rough tear, it's going to require some more tendon pieces out of your leg, other leg, whatever the case may be, foot, whatever it is that's going to replace that piece of tendon that's missing. So for him, he got lucky on that retrospect. Obviously, we send our best to Nick Bosa. He's one of the stars on that 49ers organization, and they're so injury riddled right now. But thank God, in a few weeks, especially on offense, they're going to get back both George Kittle and Brandon Ayuk. So
yes,
so definitely, it's a very significant injury to that defense and a team that's already just absolutely just snake bitten by injuries. But there is a silver lining coming up over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah,
and so far, San Francisco has survived.
That's right. I mean, the 3-0.
Yep, definitely thanks to Mac Jones at the helm, who's been doing a really, really good job subbing in for Brock Purdy. So, and Brock is getting better and better each day, it seems like, and hopefully soon, it won't be long before we see him back at the helm as well. Like I said, Mac Jones has been doing an awesome job. So, also there was no practice today for Ricky Pearsall, who's currently dealing with a knee issue, or Jawan Jennings, who's dealing with the ankle and shoulder issues. So, Brock Purdy was limited at practice today, as we kind of expected. The Eagles lost their outside linebacker Nolan Smith until November 2nd.
Ooh,
he strained his triceps. So and it's the same triceps that he had surgery on after the Super Bowl.
Man, and he just came back. That's crazy.
It happens. Yep. Let's see what else real quick.
Also another big injury that we haven't discussed about yet. Los Angeles Chargers running back Najee Harris
Yep.
has suffered a torn Achilles and he will miss the rest of the season. And before we determine or before we dive into that, I do want to say that I saw a slow-mo of when Najee Harris tore his Achilles, and
I did
oh
too.
my goodness, I could have felt it from over here. It was that bad.
I saw it and I got nauseous right away. Even thinking about it makes me want to vomit. It's that bad. It's that bad.
I mean, we have had some very gruesome injuries with these Achilles this year alone, with Tyrese Halliburton and Jason Tatum, and now you add Najee Harris to the list. I mean, like, these Achilles injuries, they are no joke, and it doesn't matter how well of a conditioned athlete you are. It can happen with a snap of a finger, just like that.
That's true. I will say that somebody did some further research on Najee Harris, and why and how his injury may have happened. And once again, it is related to that turf field that the Chargers have. Because think about it: whenever Najee was in Pittsburgh, he played on grass, so his body was used to the grassy field. But now that he's on the Chargers, he's been playing on that turf, and turf fields have taken a toll on so many Achilles and ACL injuries over the years. So many of them.
Yep, absolutely, man. Other news, real quick, is CJ Gardner Johnson was released from the Texans.
Let's try a pack. Blue. Rare.
Yep, he was the safety for the Texans, and he was let go earlier this week.
Yeah, and the Washington Commanders, another injury to report. They lost free safety Will Harris to, I believe it was a fractured fibula, if I'm not mistaken. So he's out for the rest of the season. So as part of a roster move, we signed former Jacksonville Jaguar safety Darnell Savage to our main roster.
Okay. Yeah. Also, Micah Parsons did an interview, was talking to the press, and of course, the Green Bay Packers are set to take on the Dallas Cowboys this weekend. When they asked him about him having to go against his old buddy and going to, if he sacks him, he said this, and I quote, "It's going to be painful."
Yeah, I can see why.
In more ways than one, not just pain as in physical pain, but also in emotional, because obviously him and Dak are very close. And for him, like you said, when he even said in his farewell letter to the Cowboys and to Dallas that he still maintains a home in Dallas, and that he will be there on his off season, still out there giving to charities, working with soup kitchens, things like that, to make sure that he keeps his connection with the community. So for him, it's going to be a hard week, because it's going to be hard for him to go against some of his former teammates. And he understands it's a game. They're there to win. They're there to dominate. But also, too, it's kind of that, that kind of thing of, do I really want to hurt him? Do I really want to go in hard on him? Or do I want to just get him down enough and not hurt him and get what I need to get done? And I understand that from an emotional perspective.
Yeah, I do too. And I also will say real fast that once again, there's going to be another rough week for Jerry Jones, because I can guarantee you there's going to be a bunch of fans in those stands throughout the game saying, F you, Jerry.
Oh, yeah, there will be. It's going to be like that every week.
Isn't the game in Dallas?
It is.
Wow. Oh, that's going to be
The
a
game is in
on the
Dallas.
road.
And not only that, but it's also Sunday Night Football.
Yep, that's going to be a juicy one.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. I can't, in all reality.
Well, not for the Cowboys, but for the
Hey,
Packers.
I'm trying to be nice here. I'm trying to be nice here, man. I'm trying to
Well, I'm not ready to make nice.
I'm not either.
I can't believe you just made a Chicks reference.
You're welcome.
All 8 of my front rows that are on my screen that nobody else can see except for us are very disappointed. But anyways, here's some college injury. Oklahoma quarterback John Mateer will be undergoing surgery. He actually underwent surgery today to address a right hand injury he sustained against Auburn. Venables said the head coach Brent Venables said that the expectation is that Mateer will return to action sometime before the end of the season. So there's that for you folks. The Bucks have signed 449-pound nose tackle Desmond Watson to their practice squad.
Oh wow.
Holy D lineman, Batman.
Good lord.
You did not just say that, Steven.
Yes, I did.
He just made an old school, like 1960 Batman reference.
Come on. Can't you? I mean, the guy's already been through enough since he signed on as a free agent. Come on, you can't let him have his 3 minutes of fame.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you just say 3 minutes?
Unfortunately,
Yes, I said 3 minutes.
Unfortunately, cannot play that song due to copyright issues.
Yeah.
But, let's see what else here. The doctors believe Tyron Tracy Jr., the running back for the Giants, is expected to be sidelined 2 to 4 weeks due to a dislocated shoulder that he suffered in that Sunday night game against Kansas City. So now they're expected to run on rookie quarterback Cam Scattaboo and veteran running back Devin Singletary. And also, real quick, let's see. The Vikings have ruled J.J. McCarthy out for Sunday's game against the Steelers in Dublin. So he will not play. Ooh. The Falcons have announced that they have fired wide receiver coach Ike Hillard and are giving passing game coordinator TJ Yates receiver coach duties as well.
I mean, I would fire any of my offensive coaches if I got shut up by the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, I would too. The Eagles have claimed former Giants wide receiver Xavier Gibson off waivers and waived offensive lineman Kenyon Green. As we mentioned about Najee Harris, torn Achilles, done for the year. Let's see what other news. Of course, CeeDee Lamb, like you said, 3 to 4 weeks, possibly even on IR due to high ankle sprain. You mentioned about Nick Bosa. Mentioned about Darnell Savage. Let's see here. I'm looking at different ones to see what's up because obviously a lot of these injuries we mentioned already at the beginning. So I'm skipping back and going back to the news to see if there was anything really of note outside of what we just talked about. And if not, we'll just get into the games and cover those until Kevin shows up if he does. You know what? I'm not seeing too much more except for, let's see. Sorry, guys, about the delay. Kind of just looking through here to see what other news stories we could talk about. The NFL has fined Saquon Barkley $46,371 for lowering his helmet during last Sunday's game versus the Chiefs. Not this past Sunday, but the Sunday beforehand. Let's see. Vikings elevated Cam Akers and Henry Bird to the active roster for that game against the Bengals, which we'll talk about here in a little bit.
Yeah, hang on. I will say real quick, going back to Saquon Barkley, he is not having a great start to this season.
No, he is not.
Definitely not putting up the numbers. I think a lot of teams are starting to figure him out. And there was no better example than the was it the rematch with Kansas City or one of the games, maybe the game beforehand, and it was the game where they shut down Saquon and he barely got anything. Same thing with AJ Brown. AJ Brown did not have his best game until this past weekend, and we'll get into all that in just a second because we are going to go over the games for the week.
Real quick, I do want to point out that the Seahawks have now received a boost in preparation for their game tomorrow night against the Cardinals.
Okay.
Cornerback Devin Witherspoon and safety Julian Love are off the injury report and will be playing tomorrow night.
All right. Very nice. Very nice. We'll get into, yeah, definitely. Congrats. Good for those guys. At least we have that to look forward to tomorrow. And you know what? Let's go ahead and get into the games from last week. I'm working on getting
one other thing real quick.
You're like Uncle from Jackie Chan Adventures. One more thing.
Anyway, as announced earlier today, quarterback Drew Brees and former wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald are going to be the two headliners for the 2026 NFL Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Nice.
And so the other nominees in their first year of eligibility are quarterbacks Phillip Rivers and Alex Smith, tight ends Greg Olson and Jason Witten,
Go Greg Olson.
running backs Frank Gore and LaShawn McCoy, offensive lineman David DeCastro and Marquise Pouncey.
Oh, the legendary
lineman,
Steeler. Nice.
Yep. Defensive lineman Geno Atkins and Jarrell Casey, and former Carolina Panthers linebacker Thomas Davis.
That's a hell of a class. Good God.
Yeah.
Murderer's Row, if I say so myself. All right. Let's do this. Let's go over to games from this past week, as we always do in preparation for our pick segment. We'll start off with Thursday Night Football. Buffalo beat Miami 31-21.
This game was surprisingly not a blowout.
Nope.
It was very competitive.
Yeah, Josh Allen barely had over 200 yards passing.
And once again, Tua turning the ball over, reared its ugly head once again. It was bad. He was bad in this game when it mattered the most. But just when you think that the Dolphins couldn't cover anybody, that was proven. Their defense, when it matters the most, they broke down in critical spots of this game. I mean, their defense was so bad. I mean, there was a couple of runs by Cook that could have gone for touchdowns. James Cook was running all over these guys.
They couldn't stop a cold.
No.
Nope.
They were terrible.
And then we move on to the Sunday game, which of course was Carolina absolutely looking like a fucking Super Bowl team all of a sudden against Atlanta, blowing them out 30-0.
I think
that Carolina Panthers defense made Michael Penix look absolutely sick.
I mean, I don't know what Bryce Young has done. He must have hit the factory settings. He must have had it on one of those, like, on the computer or these devices where you can do like the fast, beat the game in like 9 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever, Speed run, yeah. It's almost like the Panthers had a speed run, and Atlanta's defense was so piss pathetic that they were like, anytime they had a shot to cover them, nope. They had a shot to catch a pass, nope. I mean, it's almost like the Panthers were playing a game of speed run against the Falcons. I mean, Bryce Young, for once in his life, actually had a pretty solid game. I mean, the Atlanta Falcons are in a world of trouble if you're getting beat by the Panthers 30-0. But if you lose to the Saints this year, you are really screwed. I mean, because the Saints got their doors blown out by Seattle. I mean, that wasn't even a competition. I mean, good God. I mean, if you're the Atlanta Falcons, like, you got some problems. And I don't want to hear it. Oh, get Captain Kirk back in the starting role. No, because he's going to turn the ball over as well. See the way you're screwed.
Yeah. But so as surprising as that shutout was, in my opinion, that wasn't even the biggest surprise from Sunday.
No, and we're gonna get to that as we roll down the games. But actually, you're right, and it is the game I will start off with.
How in the world do you let the Browns come back on you in the fourth quarter? Green
Joe
Bay?
Flacco, the old man down the road, the old man who cannot do. The old man who could not throw, and his offensive line, God bless their pathetic hearts. They're trying to block for this old geezer, but they can't do nothing. And Jordan Love and the Packers couldn't do nothing either. I mean, this game was a defensive battle, and I'll give them that. Their defenses showed up, but Jesus Christ. I mean, Jordan Love, when it mattered the most, interception, and then the Browns made enough plays to win the game. You lose to the Browns. How the hell are we supposed to take you serious as a Super Bowl contender when you're losing to the Browns?
One of the teams that blocked a field goal kick this weekend
Yes.
for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, Brandon McManus, 43-yarder blocked. Or actually, yeah, in the words of Chris Furman.
Yep.
Dude, it made my blue and orange heart so happy to see Green Bay just fall down to the pits of despair this week, losing to a team that couldn't even win an inter squad scrimmage, you know. So for me, it was chef's kiss. It was perfect for this Bears fan to watch Green Bay fall like that.
Yes.
Obviously, they're going to get their bounce back this week by absolutely thrashing Cowboys, which we'll get into score-wise later and all that. I don't want to get into too deep into that. But I will say, Green Bay had it under control. They had it 10-0. Looked like they were going to get. They let the foot off the throat. Cleveland took advantage of that, blocked kick, and that's all it took for Joe Flacco to turn the clock back for a few minutes, get him down to field goal range with just a few seconds left, and win the game in regulation. So, just an absolute crazy day for that. And then of course you had the Jacksonville Jags beating the Texans 17-10. Once again, CJ Stroud struggles continue.
The Houston Texans are not the same team they were 2 years ago, let alone a year ago. I mean, ever since the rookie year for CJ Stroud in 2023, he has not been the same quarterback. He was decent last year, but he was sacked so many times. And this year, it's gone from bad to even worse. I mean, his offensive line is putrid. His offense is god-awful. The only guy that he can trust right now is Nico Collins. And even if Joe Mixon did come back, I still don't trust that Texans team because they have so many holes in their game. Their O-line needs to be upgraded bad in the draft or in the offseason.
Yeah, this game was not a good game for the Texans. I mean, Jacksonville came out there, they played a good game and got themselves the win, but this next game, the team barely showed up.
Yeah,
barely.
Isaiah Rodgers on the Vikings beat the Bengals by himself on Sunday.
2 pick sixes.
Well, a pick six and a fumble recovery.
Yeah.
Pick six, fumble recovery. He had himself one hell of a game. I mean,
he basically had a trifecta.
The defense could not stop just absolutely thrashing Jake Browning.
Browning was so bad.
Yeah, no, that team
so bad.
they had no shot at all.
The pick six took the air out of that team.
But
They were bad.
Oh,
let me read some of these stats to you. This is gonna be funny. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't read everything yet. Jake Browning, 1927, 140 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, sacked 3 times. Quarterback rating of 63.81. Carson Wentz, 14-20, 173 yards. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 3 sacks, 129.8 quarterback passer rating. Over double what they did. Also, Jordan Mason, 16 rushes for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. Cam Akers had 5 rushes for 19. So they had 169 yards on the ground.
Mm.
And then they had 202 yards in the air. Most of that went to TJ Hawkinson and Justin Jefferson. 5 catches, 75 yards. Hawkinson had 5 catches for 49 yards and a touchdown on 6 targets. Yep. And the defense was all over the place, man. Rodgers had 2, like I said, two great plays. Defense was all over the place. Interceptions. One by Rodgers, one by Metellus. I gotta say, man, this is a complete game for those guys despite all the injuries they're suffering. So congratulations to them on that. Then we go to a close one that ended up based on penalties, and a big one for New England that cost them against Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
New England had 5 turnovers.
They could not hold on to the ball to save their lives. It was a rough day.
And there was that one time when they were about to score a touchdown and then turnover. About to cross the end zone and then turnover. At the worst possible time. And Aaron Rodgers did not have a great game statistically, but he still put up some numbers.
Yeah. Okay, I just saw something that's going to take a break from the football talk, but there is 6 new flavors from Pringles.
Okay.
For the Pringles Mingles, which are the new puff style ones, cinnamon and sugar, and jalapeno and queso. And then new flavors for regular Pringles include smoky mesquite barbecue, smoky bacon, sharp white cheddar, and smoky cheddar.
Okay.
Fat man happy. All right, back to football. I figured I would break some of the monotony in this show. Also, too, was a very crazy game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Rams. Of course, Najee Harris's injury, but also another blocked kick.
And not just another blocked kick, but you had, I believe, 2 blocks in the same game. And one of those blocks went for a touchdown.
Ran by like a 330-pound dude.
Yeah.
Literally, the dude is the same weight as Big Bronson Reed.
And what's also crazy is if you had the over, you won it at the end. I mean, this game was bonkers because Matthew Stafford and the Rams looked really, really good for about 3/4 and a half. And then Philly all of a sudden caught lightning in a bottle and their offense got going. I mean, Jalen Hurts, I mean, we questioned this guy at times, but man, he has a hell of a lot of weapons. Dallas Goedert and Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. I mean, the passing game, when it's on, it's on. And when their offense is clicking with the passing game, they're even more deadly. Now, Saquon Barkley has been held in check, but he can still break one. And I think he's due for one. He's due for a game where he's going to have a great game. But Philly, you got lucky. You cannot play like this constantly and expect results. You have to play consistent. You're fortunate to be 3-1 or 3-0, excuse me. The
Yeah.
Rams had a valiant effort. Puka Nacua had a great game. Stafford had a very solid game, but it just wasn't enough.
Yep. Yeah, Nakua, he had 11 catches for 112 yards. Adams had 3 catches, 56 yards, and a touchdown. Then another touchdown for Williams. But also the Eagles on their end, Jalen Hurts was 21 of 32 for 226, 3 touchdowns, 4 sacked though 4 times. But still had 117.4 quarterback passer rating, including 6 receptions for AJ Brown that led to 109 yards, his best game this season so far. Because if you got to remember that game that he was not targeted until the 4th quarter, and it was game 1. This game, he was targeted 10 times. So definitely getting him out there and getting him ready. And like you said, 1 target to Dallas Goedert, and it was for a touchdown. Actually, 2 targets. One of them was for a touchdown for Goddard. So moving on to the next game we had from this past week was the Buccaneers and the Jets.
Yet another game where the Bucs come back to win the game, and another blocked kick.
Another block kick, yes.
For a touchdown.
Just another crazy game on that one. Another big game for I believe Mr. Baker Mayfield. 19-23, 233 in yards. 1 touchdown, no interceptions, only sacked once. So credit to their offensive line for keeping him safe.
Absolutely. And let me just say real quick, Emeka Egbuka, the wide receiver, he is quickly becoming a leading candidate to win Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he's the best weapon that I think that the Bucs have right now.
When Mike Evans isn't there, go to Ibuka. Ibuka had the game-winning touchdown against the Falcons.
So imagine at some point later on in this season, the Bucs are going to have Egbuka, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin all on the field at the exact same time.
Yeah. Also got to give credit to Shepard as well. 4 catches for 80 yards as well. Definitely don't want to forget Shepard, who's been taken, who I think is a rookie who has been, or at least a backup who has been coming in there and helping out this team very much so. And then we move on to, once again, Danny Dimes just absolutely killing it in Indy, taking out the Tennessee Titans 41-20.
Like we have talked about on this show on numerous occasions. Kevin has talked about it. We've all talked about it. What a concept. You go to a team that has an offensive line, and Daniel Jones has had a breakout season so far. And if he keeps this up, he is going to win Most Improved Player. Because
yeah,
and he might get a contract extension too. Because Daniel Jones has exceeded our expectations. The Indianapolis Colts are 3-0. Nobody had that on their bingo card. None of us had the Colts even sniffing a possible division title. But yet, here we are.
You got to give credit, though, to not only him, but to also the beast on that team, that is Jonathan Taylor.
Good Lord.
17 run attempts, 102 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
When that motor is running, boy, he is hard to stop.
Dude, listen to this. They had 137 yards on the ground. 102 of those, Jonathan Taylor alone.
Amazing.
Yeah. And
amazing.
Yeah, and you have a touchdown for Pittman, 6 catches for 73 yards. Pierce, 4 catches for 67 yards in that game as well. Helping gain those yards down the field. So Indy is a team that's the most surprising team, I think, out of this whole season so far. That's really made a name for themselves. But another team that had a 41-point win was Joey's Washington Commanders. 41-24 over the Las Vegas Raiders.
If only we could have kept Vegas receiver Trey Tucker in check, we wouldn't have allowed a single touchdown.
Yeah, that was kind of one of the biggest problems you have is keeping Tucker in check. But all credit, man, Marcus Mariota played one of his best games ever. You know, Mariota looked like the superstar he was when he was brought in originally. And when you have to step up for a guy like Jaden Daniels, who's been on a hot streak since last season, it's not an easy task. But he came in there and he looked good. 15-21, 207 yards, quarterback passer rating of 118.6, and he was only sacked one time. So all the credit to definitely that team for that. But man, the Raiders. Geno Smith had 289 yards in this game and 3 touchdowns. But he was also sacked 5 times. Just not a good day.
Nope.
So,
Lots of trouble for the Vegas Raiders. I mean, they bring in Geno Smith and Pete Carroll, bringing him over. And Geno Smith has not had a great season so far with the Vegas Raiders. Lots of turnovers.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of turnovers.
Yep.
But, man, I'll tell you what, this next game, this was probably, in my opinion, the game of the day on Sunday.
Yeah, it was definitely close. And it was a close game between the Chargers and the Broncos, 23-20. Chargers getting the Duke this week.
I'm getting very.
And the Chargers,
I'm telling you, this is quickly
3-0.
becoming a Chargers division. Quickly.
Very quickly. And Justin Herbert has had a hell of a start so far.
Yes, he has, according to my stats here, which I'm getting ready to pull up now. For Justin Herbert, 28-47, 300. One touchdown, 1 interception, sacked 5 times, though. So the offensive line's got to do a better job of protecting him. He can't be taking that many hits.
And they were doing a pretty solid job, but last week they struggled a little bit against that Broncos defense.
Yeah, that Broncos defense is all over him. Johnson had 6 catches, 89 yards. Keenan Allen, 7 catches, 65 yards and a touchdown on 11 targets. And then also the running game, Hampton, 19 carries for 70 yards and a touchdown on his own. And of course, losing Najee Harris, of course, is going to be a big blow to them, but we'll see how it works. And then we move on to Seattle. It just absolutely wrecking the New Orleans Saints, 44-13.
I think that touchdown was just a consolation prize. Like, hey, you're playing us, so I'll let you score a touchdown.
Spencer Rattler threw for 218 yards on 28-39.
I believe he is also now 0-10 in career starts.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
He sucks.
Dude, and then Sam Darnold. You had Sam Darnold, and then they brought in Drew Lock because it got so out of hand that they just said, all right, you're good for today. Thanks for putting up like 30. Thanks for putting up like fucking 41 points. You're good for today. But he had 2 touchdowns, quarterback passer rating of 154.17. And overall 233 yards passing, it looks like, between the 2 quarterbacks. And 87 yards rushing. So almost a 400, receiving yards, 233. Yeah. So pretty much a 300 plus pass scrimmage yards day for Seattle. And then we move on to Chicago beating Dallas. And, I'm not going to trash Dallas right now because I just want to say Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams had his best game since being drafted. 4 touchdowns, 298 yards. And the quarterback passer rating of 142.6.
And let me say that that flea flicker toss to Luther Burden. Oh my goodness. That ball could not have been any more on the money.
Dude, I was losing my mind watching that. I was like, what the hell is going on? And then all of a sudden, Kelly Williams throws that bomb, and that's it. I was like, wow. I was practically about ready to just fucking say, all right, I'm done with Steve. And then they made that pass, and I'm like, oh my God. Straight out of the Ben Johnson playbook.
Yeah. And that is the greatness of Ben Johnson right there. I mean, Chicago getting on the board, and they played a great team game. And if you're the Cowboys, oh dear God. We already mentioned the offense. We already mentioned the offense and how bad the injuries are with CeeDee Lamb. But their defense, their defense is pathetic. And I know going into the season, you had Cowboys fans saying, oh, our offense is going to be great. Our defense is going to be great. I'm sorry. 2 words combined that can't make sense. That team is done.
Yeah.
Yes, I just dropped the 35th Megadeth Rust in Peace reference. You're welcome. Holy Wars, one of the, Hangar 18, excuse me. One of the greatest songs, 2 of the greatest songs on that record back to back. Holy Wars, Hangar 18. If you ain't heard that album, go listen to it. You'll thank me and Ezra later.
The Bears played an awesome team game. I mean, everybody, offensive, defensive, losing Jalen Johnson, big deal. But it was a huge deal to us. But gotta say, Tyree Stevenson with the fumble recovery was a huge, huge deal. Getting that ball back in Cowboys territory. And then TJ Edmonds with the 2 interceptions. And then Bayard to come in there with the final interception with just a few seconds left to seal it. The Bears defense played lights out, and they did an incredible job today. On Sunday. It was an absolute masterpiece game. DeAndre Swift, Zacchaeus, also too, Rome Odunze, man. He's become absolutely Caleb's secret weapon. And then also Burden, like you said, 3 catches, 101 yards, and a touchdown. And then also got to give a shout out to Colston Loveland, who went out with a hip injury, but luckily they're saying it's not serious. And he should be back for this upcoming game, but definitely big thing for him. DJ Moore had a good game. Cole Kmet had a nice 10-yard play. That whole team, DeAndre Swift, I mean, where do I continue, man? It's just an absolute masterpiece of a game.
If this is the launching pad for Chicago's success, what a hell of a way to start.
Yes, sir. You were going to say something, Joey. I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you going to say?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Okay. Well, we move on to the San Francisco 49ers barely squeaking by the Arizona Cardinals 16-15.
This game was everything and then some. I mean, this was a weird game. But hey, a W is a W at the end of the day.
Yep.
This is like one of those wacky games on our scorecards that we have from time to time throughout the season.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's all I can really say about it, but got to give Mac Jones a lot of credit. Got to give the offensive replacements a credit for keeping San Francisco in this. Defense came through, and San Fran played it, and they got it. Moving on to this. Well, actually, we talked about this earlier. Sunday Night Football, how much of a trash game this was. But the Chiefs got some good news. There was one I missed. Xavier Worthy was a full participant.
That's good for them.
So it looks like there is a possibility that he could be back this weekend.
And you frown.
And if you're the Chiefs, you need all the help you get some because their offense is going nowhere.
Absolutely.
Again.
But also, now we move on to a thrilling, absolutely spectacular Monday night game. The Lions took down the Ravens in what was a fantastic battle.
And our very own Kevin, got to give him a lot of credit. He was the only one on this panel who picked the Lions to win this game. And man, what a statement victory by Detroit. They have scored 90 points in the last 2 weeks. And this is looking like the same old Lions. I mean, David Montgomery, good God almighty.
Yes,
that
sir.
72-yard run
Yes,
was
sir.
incredible.
Former Chicago Bear.
Yup. And Jared Goff playing great. Amrod St. Brown playing great. Jahmyr Gibbs playing great. That defense headed by Aiden Hutchinson, just a great game by Detroit. And Derrick Henry, what the hell is going on with these fumbles, man? I mean,
Can't hold on to the ball to save his life.
he has had 2 turnovers in the fourth quarter that have led to Ravens losses.
I'm just flabbergasted by this Ravens team because they were playing so well, but Derrick Henry's had a fumble in every game so far this season.
And 2 of those fumbles have been critical turnovers when Baltimore had a chance to win the game or to take the lead. Because Detroit was up. And then when he fumbled, I said, this could be a turning point for the Ravens in a bad way. Because having that turnover again by Derrick Henry, that right there flipped the field, flipped the game. And Detroit just came out aggressive. And the Ravens, man, I mean, they don't watch themselves. They're going to be in a world of trouble, but I think they'll recover. But man, they got to get these turnovers, down for Derrick Henry, because if he keeps fumbling the ball, that right there, as great as a player as Derrick Henry is, that could be a confidence, boost for him gone.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're officially at almost 7:15. So Kevin is unfortunately not here yet. We don't know when he'll be here. We're hoping he'll be here by the end of the show.
Actually, I just got an update from Kevin. He unfortunately will not be able to be on the show tonight.
Yeah.
His little girl, is having she has an upper respiratory infection that they're
Oh,
trying
I
to
had
control.
that.
And he's been trying to give her a breathing treatment tonight, so he's not going to be able to make it. But I do have his scores though. So,
Oh, good.
since I have his scores on a separate tab, Ezra, if you wouldn't mind reading Hijacker scores.
No, I don't mind at all. Absolutely. I got him taken care of. That way, Steven.
Yeah. I had an upper respiratory infection before, and it is not fun.
No, because of course his scores are on an image, which, as we know, Steven has a hard time with. So we want to make, with me, it would be a little bit easier to be able to read off the scores quicker. But moving on to that, it is officially predictions time for week 4. And Joey, I do believe you have an update for us.
Indeed, I do. I literally did not get this done because I've been so busy with work and everything until literally before the show started. But once again, it was a pretty great week for all 5 of us. We actually have 2 winners from this past week.
Okay.
And that, of course, is the one and only Mr. Kevin Rory and the one and only Mr. Ezra Vickery.
Wow.
Records of 13-3 last week.
Wow.
Me and Hijacker finished tied for 3rd with a record of 12-4. And Steven, you rounded out the end of the field 10-6.
Hey, not bad, but still better than the Panthers
Yeah, better
Yeah.
than better than
and the
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
All right. Let me get back to my screen here that I had it on. All right, we ready, boys?
Let's do it.
All
Do
right,
it.
guys. We start off with a Thursday night game, which will be on Amazon Prime Video. And by the way, there are no teams on bye this week. I do want to clarify that. Bye weeks will be coming up soon, so there will be teams, of course, that will be off. So, and we'll let you know as we do these predictions who will be off that week. But this week, every team's playing. We
Yep,
started
everybody's playing.
Yep, we started off with a Prime Video stream one at 8:15 on Thursday. Seattle going to Arizona to take on the Cards.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and get things started off with Kevin's score. He has the Seagulls over the St. Louis Cardinals, 24 to 22.
I
Did he
think
really-
he's got the wrong geographic location, sir.
Did he really just call them the St. Louis Cardinals?
He did.
But hey, Joey, the one thing that we should mention too, the St. Louis Cardinals, they're not open. Just like everything else in St. Louis is hardly open anyways.
True.
You know what? Let me get Hijacker's score before I lose my mind over that fucking. Like I'm still dumbfounded. Where is this guy been? Does he not know that the St. Louis Cardinals are a team that hits a ball with a bat, not throws it at somebody else 40 yards on the field? Okay. Now that I've recovered from that geographical mishap, Hijacker has Seattle beating Arizona 21 to 17. I have Seattle winning this one against Arizona, especially after Arizona losing James Conner, which I think is going to be a huge blow to their team. It's going to be a close one. I'm going to give it a score of 24 to 21.
Yeah, give me Seattle in this one. It'll be a close one. Give me Seattle, almost same score. Give me the Seahawks 24-20.
All right, you said the Seahawks, Steven?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to follow suit with the Seahawks as well. I'm going to go 23-20.
Okay.
All right. And this next game is going to be an early one for people. It is going to be at 9:30 a.m. live from, I believe, Germany. Or is it Dublin?
Ireland.
Dublin, Ireland.
Dublin, Ireland, home of the Celtic Warriors, Seamus. And this could be, depending on how this game plays, it could be a banger, fella. The Minnesota Vikings are going to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Make sure you
Interesting.
I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh in this one. I feel like that they shook off that bad loss from week 2, and I feel like that Aaron Rodgers is gonna start to get a little bit more better as the weeks progress. As long as he stays healthy, I think that team can be a very potent team. But I still say it's gonna be close because Arizona's playing with house money right now.
You mean Minnesota?
Minnesota's playing with house money with that team, especially with the injuries. Give me a score of 20 to 17 Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And Hijacker has Minnesota over Pittsburgh 28 to 21.
Okay.
All right.
Oh boy.
God, we're
Kevin has the Vikings over the AARP Steelers. Oh, he's got the Vikings over the AARP Steelers. But check out this score, 15 to 12.
What the hell?
What does AARP stand for? Already aimed and ready to punt?
Does it mean AAA arm punt?
Oof.
Oh, wow. I mean, he might throw a couple of arm punts in this game. Who knows?
What kind of crack is this man on? Good Lord, I need to know what he's taking because man, it seems good. Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
But I'm gonna follow suit with Kevin and Hijacker. I'm gonna go with the Vikings. I mean, I do think that they truly played their best game on this past Sunday against the Bengals, and I just, I just don't know about Pittsburgh right now. I really don't. I really don't. But I am gonna take Minnesota over in Dublin, and that's gonna make my boss George very happy because he is a huge Minnesota Vikings fan. But I am gonna pick the Vikings. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go 27-23.
God, this game is so tough to call because I mean, on one now again, if JJ McCarthy was playing, I would outright pick the Vikings. But this game is so tough. I mean, but also again, in retrospect, I don't know about this Steelers team. Like Aaron Rodgers does not look great. He's had games where he had a game against the Jets where he looked great. Then the last couple weeks he's been a little suspect. But I think Minnesota's got a great defense, and I think they're going to give Rodgers a lot of problems in this game. I think they're going to beat him up a little bit, and that's why I think the Vikings are going to beat the Steelers in a close one. Still, I got Minnesota beating the Steelers 28-24.
Ooh, close game.
All right. All right, moving on. Next game. Now we move on to the 1 o'clock games, and we started off. By the way, these next 3 games, just a spoiler for everybody, they should not even be close.
No,
We got
I
the
wouldn't think so.
we got the Washington Commanders heading to the ATL to take on the Dirty Birds.
Yeah,
Which I just found out that my Commanders are going to be on TV for the first time this season in the Carolinas. So yeah, boy.
yeah. It doesn't matter who they're playing in the
Don't worry,
NFC South.
don't worry. The game will be so lopsided that by halftime they're going to switch over to another game on the same network.
Yep.
True.
It doesn't matter if they're playing anybody in the NFC South besides Tampa. Give me the Commanders to beat them. Give me the Commanders over Atlanta, 31-10.
I believe that is actually the same score as Hijacker, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm actually going to do mine first. 34-17 Washington. And 31-10. Yep.
Wow. So me and Hijacker have the same score.
Both of you sharing the same idiot
Yeah.
brain.
I'm gonna go with, of course, with my Commanders as well. I don't think it's gonna be close at all. I mean, it's definitely not gonna be the Week 17 game from last season. We're definitely not gonna see those Atlanta Falcons. But I'm gonna go with my Commanders as well. I'm gonna go. You know what? I think Marcus Mariota is going to give us not exactly another 40 piece, but close. Give me the Commanders 38-10. And K Rod has the Commanders over the disgrace of an NFL team losing to the Panthers 20-9.
Well, guess what? It's about to get better because the fucking Saints are traveling to Buffalo to take on the Bills.
Ass kicking alert. Ass kicking alert. Give me Buffalo to throw up and whip the ass of the Aints because they ain't winning again. Their quarterback's fixing to be 0-11. Give me Buffalo to beat the piss out of these so-called professional football team 34-3.
Give me Buffalo in this one 38 to 10.
Oh, you're being generous.
Yeah, I'm being generous. Hijacker has this game 42-9 Buffalo.
Wow.
All right, and me and Kevin are actually going to have the same score. I'm not looking at a Kevin score because I mean I didn't pick my score just because of Kevin's score, but I was thinking this exact same score. But we both gonna have the Bills beating the Aints 45-7.
Whoa.
Yeah, when you say ass kicking alert, you mean true ass kicking alert.
Yes.
Big time.
Yeah. All right. Next game is the Cleveland Browns traveling to the 313 to take on Lions.
Another ass kicking alert. Give me Detroit to beat the Browns 35 to 7.
You were close. Hijacker has it 35-17.
Whoa.
Oh, he's being too generous.
Give me the Lions in this one 41-6.
All right, give me the Lions in this one 34-7. And
Oh, here's a good one.
Not again.
Kevin has the Lions beating the Blues 31-10.
The Blues. The Blues.
What's next? What's next? We're gonna have Leon Rhymes come out and sing Blue at halftime.
Or better yet, if he's still in the St. Louis territory, he could be talking about the St. Louis Blues hockey team.
Maybe we could get I-65 back together to do on Blue. All right. Tennessee and Houston. What a fucking matchup.
I'm gonna go in and start this one off with my score. I honestly cannot believe I'm saying this, but with how awful the Texans have been looking so far this season, I actually think Cam Ward's going to pick up his first win in the NFL. Give me the Titans on a game-winning field goal, 2017.
Similar
Wow.
score, 17-14. And then Mr. Mac here has the Tennessee winning 20-10 over Houston.
And Kevin has the Titans over the Texans 23-21.
Give me Tennessee to finally get off the ropes 23-17.
All
All
right.
right. Next, Carolina traveling to New England, Foxborough to take on the Patriots.
Do we have to pick this game?
Unfortunately, yes.
We know you're going to pick Carolina 46-3. Oh, you know what? Here's Hijacker's score. It looks like from what I could see, because Hijacker has X's and all stuff. New England 28, Carolina 21.
Well, I mean, yeah, we do have to call this game, but unfortunately, there's going to be a game coming up down the line that's going to be even worse than this one,
Well,
Oh.
good. I'm glad there's more comedy for us.
which, of course, we'll get to that one whenever we get to it. But Kevin has the Patriots over the Putty Tats 21-9.
Fucking Tweety Bird reference.
Give me the Patriots. Give me the Patriots 20-14.
Give me the
Patriots,
Pats.
yeah.
Give me the Pats. I'm actually going to go kind of weird with this score. Give me the Patriots 22-15.
16-10 Patriots. Sounds good. All right. Next game is possible ass kicking alert, depending on how this young quarterback does. But it's the Chargers heading to MetLife to take on the Giants.
Mr. Jackson Dart, Mr. Jackson Dart, I am so sorry. I am so sorry that you're going to lose your first start in the NFL. But this Chargers team has looked absolutely unstoppable this year so far. So give me the Chargers outright in this one, 34-14.
Give me the Chargers in this game. Give me the Chargers 31 to 13.
33 to 17 Chargers. And
Yeah,
then
and
Wait.
Kevin has the Chargers over the little people, 24 to 20.
The little people. Who's he
Oh.
talking about? Little Bill?
no, they're talking about the Lollipop Guild.
Damn it.
Either that or he's talking about Smurfs. Ah!
Oh, this all right.
Is he talking about Brad Williams? No.
Gary
Dang.
Coleman?
Oh,
But-
Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, with one leg. Zach Gowan.
Oof.
Oof,
Let
oof.
me see here. We're talking about the Chargers and the Giants. Hijacker has the Chargers in this one, 26 to 13.
Ooh. This next one though is going to be tough.
Yep. Indy taking on the Rams in LA.
Wow.
Actually, no, I wasn't talking about that
Oh,
one. I was talking
yeah.
about the one down in Tampa.
Yeah, Eagles and the Bucks. Sorry, I missed that one.
Ooh, that is those two games are gonna be tough anyways.
Give me the Eagles in a close one. Game winning touchdown from Jalen Hurts to AJ Brown. 28 to 24.
All comebacks must come to an end, and I think Philadelphia is going to win this game. It's going to be a close one. Give me Philly 27-24.
Mr. Hijack.
Give me the Eagles 28 to 24. And Kevin has the Sheagles over the Pirates 26 to 23.
The Seagulls.
What does he think this is? The Major League Baseball?
Seagulls.
And Samuel Jackson would say, motherfucker. Let's see. Mr. Hijacker has Philly over Tampa Bay in this one, 24 to 16.
Wow, what? Look at that
Wow.
score.
How about that score?
Okay. All right. Next game.
Now the Colts and the Rams.
This
Yes,
could be a
sir.
toughie.
You know what?
Well, I'm going to go and start off with Kevin's score. He's got the Colts over the Sheep 23 to 20.
Give me the Colts in this one. 20. It's going to be kind of a weird score, not in a way. 26 to 20.
You know what? I mean, even though I already have his team down, I'm actually going to side with Hijacker here, and I'm going to go with the Rams. I'm going to go with the Rams. I mean, yes, the Colts have been definitely the surprise team of the NFL so far with their perfect 3-0 record, but I honestly think the Rams are going to be the one to stop their lucky streak, at least for this week. So give me the Rams. I'm going to go 27 to 20.
Man, you know what? I was thinking the same thing too, because like the Colts have had a great start, but again, like with these teams with these comebacks or these great starts, I really think that they're going to hit a roadblock, and I think that it's the Rams, and I think I'm going to go with the Rams in this one and side with you, Joey, and Hijacker on this one. Give me the Rams in a close game. Give me the Rams 27 to 23.
Okay. Okay, and of course I know I said Hijackers are picking the Rams, but what's that score, Ezra?
Hijacker is 23-21.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
All right. Next game is Jacksonville heading to Santa Clara to please one Hijacker Mike to take on the 49ers.
All right. Kevin has, of course, his 49 IRs. Yes, he says 49 IRs over the Jags, 24 to 13.
Okay.
And I'm going to side with the Niners as well. Yes, they do have a lot of injuries, but they are playing in Santa Clara, the police hijacker. But I'm going to go with the Niners as well. Um, you know what? I'm feeling a little odd with this one too. 29, 29 to 16.
Give me Santa Clara. Yes, the police hijacker. I know he'll be very happy that we said geographically correct locations. Give me Santa Clara to beat Jacksonville 20-13.
Give me the Niners in this one. 24 to 17. I'm gonna call this one. And then
Yeah, I will say this next one
hold on.
looked to be a tough one at first,
Hold on.
but now
Wait a minute.
oh
I didn't give a hijacker score yet.
oh my bad.
He's got the Niners 24-14.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, this next game looked challenging whenever it was first announced, but now it's just, oh, I don't know.
Baltimore, Kansas City, at the famous Arrowhead.
Let's see. Kevin is picking the Ravens over the lonely Chiefs, 24 to 12. And I'm gonna side with Kevin as well. I'm sorry, Kansas City, but this is just not your year. Give me the Ravens to win this one. I think the Ravens are going to be stinging after that loss to Detroit on Monday night. So give me the Ravens in this one. I'm going to go Ravens over the Chiefs. You know what? I'm going to say outright 30 to 14.
Man, I'm thinking the same thing. Baltimore's coming off of giving away that game against Detroit. They're going to go into Casey's building and just beat the living hell out of the Chiefs. Give me Baltimore outright. 40 to 14.
I'm gonna put it a little closer. Give me Baltimore in this one 31 to 20. And hijacker has he has Kansas City.
Wow, going against the grain.
Yep. Beating Baltimore in a close one, 24 to 21.
Okay.
And then the next game, the Bears heading to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders.
Give me Chicago. Give me Chicago to beat the Raiders 28 to 14.
Give me Chicago in this one, 31 to 7. And then hijacker has Chicago 28 to 17 over the Raiders.
All right. I'm gonna go with the Bears as well. I'm gonna go Bears 20 over the Raiders 10. And apparently Kevin is stuck in the baseball world because he has the White Sox over the Raiders 19 to 3.
My team is better than the White Sox right now. Fuck off, Rory. The White Sox are my team, and I will say that with pride.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the F.U. Jerry game.
Yep, as we mentioned earlier, Green Bay heading to AT&T Stadium to take on the Cowboys.
All right, I'm going to start off with Kevin's score. He's got the Packers over Jerry's dumpster fire outright, 34 to 7.
Kevin or Hijacker's got it 31 to 21. Green Bay.
Well, he's being generous.
Give me as much as I hate them with a passion, and I would push them off a cliff before I'd ever vote for them in any way on any other form. Give me Green Bay in this one, 34-13.
Yeah, Cowboys, you're done. Micah Parsons is coming for revenge. And Jerry Jones, you are so fucked. Give me Green Bay 40-10.
Okay, that's
Give me
everybody.
the Packers.
Oh, okay, Joey, yeah.
Give me the Packers 37-6.
Oh my god, this next score for the first Monday game is
Yeah, this was the game I was talking about. Do we have to pick this one?
Wait
Yeah.
a minute. Is there 2 games or 1 game?
2 games.
There's 2 games.
Oh, wow.
There's 2 games. One at 7:15. I don't know if this is Eastern. 7:15 and one at 8:15. It's gonna be on
Good. One of them won't be broadcasted on the radio. Good.
Yep.
I'll try to watch them both because I ain't got nothing else to do in my life.
Well,
no, wait, I do. I do. It's a TV show. It's called used to be the longest weekly episodic television show in history. It's called Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, now to be honest,
That's
I think
right.
I'm during this shitty game, so we're good.
That's right.
Yeah, nice plug.
But-
Too bad we not get paid for it, fuckers.
Yeah.
All right. Let me. All right. We'll start off with the New York Jets at the Miami Dolphins.
Motherfucker. We got to pick this game. Are you serious?
Yeah, but
I mean-
we gotta pick this one.
Yes, and let me give Hijacker's score. 17-9 Miami.
Gee,
You know what? This is tough only because both of these teams are just hot, fucking oily, fucking throwing propane and kerosene on top garbage. Give me, you know, you guys pick. I'll come back.
You know what? I don't feel good about it, but give me Miami. I don't feel good. I don't feel good about it.
Yeah, same thing. Give me Miami 13-10.
I don't care. Give me Miami. 16-13. Who cares?
You know what? I'm actually gonna go against the grain. I'm picking the Jets. I think the Jets. I think Miami just has too many problems right now. They just have too many
Both of
problems
these teams
right
are
now.
so bad.
Psychological
Yeah, but like I said, I don't-
evaluations in North Carolina.
Yeah, I don't feel good about it, but I'm picking the
That's really
Jets.
short.
I'm going 17-14 Jets.
Psychological.
And this has got to be my favorite score from Kevin yet.
Oh God.
He's got the Jets over the Dolphins 17-16. With a side note, this game is being broadcasted on TikTok Live.
The way this game is so shitty and nobody wants to deal with it, I'm surprised they ain't broadcast on Al Jazeera.
I want to go put on the game. Sorry, you are out of the region.
Thank God.
I feel bad for the broadcasters having to broadcast this game. Seriously.
And then this one is more of a kind of, I could see it going maybe either way in a sense. Cincinnati is going to go to Denver to take on the Broncos.
Oh God. Okay. On the surface, this could have been a pick'em, but now this is such a hard game to figure out because both of these teams have been struggling the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and start with my score, then Kevin's score. This one is not going to be hard for me. Give me the Broncos to win this one. I'm going to go the Broncos 27-14. And
Okay.
Kevin is picking the Broncos over the Beagles 23-14.
The Beagles. Where's the game at?
And Denver.
Easy. Give me Denver. Just the home field advantage alone. Jake Browning's going to have another interception. Give me Denver 27-10.
Give me Miami, or not Miami. What the fuck am I talking about? Come on, crack. Give me those Denver Broncos. It's mile high. I mean, it's their territory. It's so hard to play if you haven't been there. Give me that one over Cincinnati. 20. I'm gonna go 27-13 in that one. And Hijacker, our main man, has this one. Similar score, 24-17.
Who's he got?
Denver.
Denver. Okay.
Yeah, he's got Denver.
Okay.
And so that wraps up the picks segment for the week. Of course, we will have the results next week, so keep an eye on our social medias as we get prepared to either have great games or be mentally tortured.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to give an update until week 9, but I will say that as of right now, this our overall records are it's clearly a dogfight right now. I will say it is an absolute dogfight right now. It could be any one of us at this point.
Yep.
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 Big. Let's get into some quick major league notes real quick. Congratulations are in order to Paul Skeens, who finished this season, who finishes his season with a 1.97 ERA. So congratulations to Paul Skeens. Let's see what else. Aaron Judge has become the 4th player to reach the same home run milestone 4 times. And that is that he joins Babe Ruth, Mark McGwire, and Sammy Sosa. If this page didn't fucking reset. Piece of shit website. So only players to have 4 seasons at that power plateau. Yep. With his 50th home run of the season. So
that's a hell of a company to be joining.
Yes, sir. Let's see what else. Oh, some big news out of the college world, and that is that the legend herself, Sister Jean, has decided to retire from her role. She is said that she is physically no longer able to appear at the Loyola games, so she has decided to call it a career. And what a legend she is for Loyola basketball in Chicago. Been there at every game for how many seasons? Congratulations are in order to her. Just wanted to bring that up real quick. Outside of that, I think that is it for the show. I looked, there was no major.
I do want to bring up real quick over the weekend some great wrestling over the weekend with WrestlePalooza and All Out. I mean, both shows I thought were great. Especially matches such as Stephanie Vaquer and Io Sky for the vacant women's world title. Incredible match. Also that triple threat with Okada was great. Copeland and Christian versus FTR was great, minus the ending. MJF and Mark Briscoe was a hell of a match. Love the direction where they're going with Lesnar and Cena with the story they're telling. And also, shout outs to AJ Lee returning into the ring and did not miss a step. Her and CM Punk and Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch had a hell of a match. And of course, Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre closing out the show, and it was a good match. I mean, overall, both shows were great. So if you're a fan of wrestling and you're a fan of both companies, you won this weekend because we had 2 great pay-per-views on the same weekend.
Oh yeah, yes we did, man. And it was a great overall weekend of shows. So I mean, overall, we're looking forward to this week coming up. Like I said, Nation's Corner will have all this covered this Saturday, so please look out for the show. At Nation's Corner on YouTube. Check it out. Like, subscribe, and share. I don't have anything else at this point. There was no big UFC news this week. There was nothing of grandeur. So I think we're gonna close it out here for the evening and let everybody do what they want to do. I know Joey's had a hard day at work and he wants to get some rest. We got AEW Dynamite on right now.
FTR is in the ring right now, giving a promo.
Yeah, I've not watched any of the show. I've been keeping an eye on it on Twitter. So let's go and close it out. Joey, close it out, my friend.
Before I do close it out, I do want to say I know we mentioned it at the start of the show, but how awesome was it to see the one and only, the true internet god, Matt Cardona, make an appearance in NXT last night? Unbelievable.
The pop for him when he came out was awesome, and it's been long overdue for Matt. Also, to see guys like Mance Warner there, who I'm a huge fan of old Manser from his roles at GCW and TNA. Seeing Steve Macklin, who back inside Full Sail. It's been a long time since we've seen Steve there.
Yes, and Cedric Alexander, the Iconics,
Eric
Zia
Young.
Lee, Alicia Fox.
Yep, Eric Young sitting out there as well. And of course, guy who challenged for the NXT and TNA World titles before, Moose. So,
Yes.
but the ending brawl was excellent, done, and in a shot of Ricky Saints and Oba with just chaos behind him. It's going to add a very good layer to this weekend with NXT's No Mercy event.
And also you got not Beth, Blake Monroe versus Jordan Grace in a weaponized steel cage match.
It's going to be
Yes, that's going to
awesome.
be great.
Kind of a little spin on what used to be known as the Lethal Lockdown match at
Yep.
TNA.
Yep.
Just without the roof, but weapons will be in the cage. So I'm excited for all of it. It's gonna be a good weekend coming up. Just a little bit of some stuff here and there, but mainly it's gonna be about the sports. We're getting closer to October. We're getting closer to teams clinching, getting their spots, wild card, everything. Once we get to that point, we'll definitely be covering the world of Major League Baseball. And also, of course, week 4 in the NFL coming up. Week 5 predictions next week. It's gonna be fun. Joey, anything else you want to say before you go?
No, that's pretty much it for me. Enjoy the sports wherever you are. And if you like me and Steven to live here in the South, you're gonna be looking forward to next week because we're gonna be having some cooler temperatures come around us next week, and I'm looking forward to it. And even though she does not watch the show, but she is a very important person in my life. Tomorrow is my mother's birthday, so I do want to say a happy early birthday to my mom, whose birthday is tomorrow. But
Nice.
yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
All right, man. Before I hand it over to Steven, I do want to say quick belated happy birthday on our show to 2 of our members in the Nature's Corner. That is, of course, the man behind a lot of our graphics on the show, an OG, R.A. Davis, and of course, the man who is like the patriarch of that show over there, keeps the show afloat a lot of the times. He definitely keeps some of our guys under control. One of our great friends, Front Row. The man, of course, who I have pictures of all over my profile, but he, both 2 great guys, great dudes, great friends, brothers in arms. Happy birthday to both of those gentlemen. Steven?
Yeah,
Close-
great show with you guys. Great show with you guys. Had a great time talking about the NFL and all that good stuff, and looking forward to another upcoming weekend of games. And had a great time the last week and a half at shows with the Dream Theater show, and then those 2 Mojo Thunder shows in Hilton Head. Just a great couple of shows in a row. Awesome time. And looking forward to be back on next week and recapping week 4. And yes, October is just around the corner, and that means that the baseball playoffs are around the corner as well, and we will be covering that as well when that begins. And you can follow us on Twitter or X at Owen_Sports Show, Facebook.com/Nation Sports Show, where we are live on most Tuesdays. Sometimes we have to reschedule 2 days like today on Wednesday due to scheduling conflicts, but that's okay because we're still going to be live at our same normal start time of 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 4 p.m. Pacific on the West, youtube.com/Nation Sports Show. And again, like Ed said, follow the Nation's Corner on Twitter at Nation's Corner. Facebook, Instagram, and the YouTube are all at the Nation's Corner as well. Show is live on Saturdays at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 4 p.m. Pacific time. Great show with you guys. I'm looking forward to being back on with you guys next week as we cover week 4 in the NFL and preview week 5. And with that being said, Ezra, wrap this up, my friend.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Glad to have you 2 on board with me as always. Thank you to Kevin for sending in his scores, as well as Hijacker Mike. You can catch Hijacker Mike in his cigar reviews at Smoke NTHABAY, Smoke in the Bay. If you love cigars and you're a cigar aficionado, or even if you're just a beginner, this man's got some great suggestions for you. Now, pair well with great foods, great drinks. Check it out on Smoke in the Bay. Also want to say too here, just an amazing show. And if you guys watching this on demand, we thank you for joining us there. If you're watching it live, we appreciate joining in with us. Now, with that being said, we got a lot to get into. Dynamite's on right now. Of course, we're gonna go chill and hang out. So, for the gang, for Joey Thornton, for Kevin Rory, Randy Garrett, Steven Wyand, and Hijacker Mike, and everybody in the Sports Show Nation, I am Ezra Vickery, and we will see you right here next week for another edition of our Nation Sports Show. Take care, everybody. Have a great week, and we will see you next Tuesday. Same time, same YouTube channel. Peace out, and have a great week.
Turn me up. Turn me up. Turn me up. Turn me up.
Thanks for watching this week's featured presentation of our Nation Sports Show.